You're tuning in to Gone.net.
Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another Gone.net. Allan, are you as jazzed this week about everything as I am?
I think Jon is on a different level. Either he's had too many coffees today, or you're at least chomping at the bit to show off what you've been working on.
Yeah, but
so I have to make him wait.
Yeah, it's like waiting for Christmas. Like,
and he showed me another tool he was working on that I wasn't quite as excited about as he was. But the one that you're going to show today is pretty friggin' awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
So we'll get to it. But I did want to talk really quickly. So last week we had Gerald on. Gerald is away in Sweden, lollygagging and having fun.
I think they're all in London today.
Oh, is that where they are? London?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's off traveling the world. So I don't think he's had much to do. Not even Jon has accepted my invite to the repo to start planning. But we are looking at what we do next. So maybe I got to share my screen for once. I'm going to share my screen.
Hopefully, are we live today for real? It'd be a good thing.
Yes, we are. Last week we had some technical difficulties too, which I got slapped for. It was pretty early. I'm going to say it was pretty early in the morning. So whatever. Let's see. So I am going to share my tab anyways. So this is something that we started to work on last week, was this community toolkit idea. It's not public yet. It's just kind of thoughts. Jon hasn't even seen it because he hasn't accepted the invitation.
I did.
Gerald is away.
I did.
No, you didn't. You just
did. I saw it. No, I looked at it too.
No, I looked at the repo before this and it was still pending. So good try. So we've got this plan, this high over thing that we're talking about with App Essentials or services or whatever the heck we're calling it. We've got our target platforms that we're going to try and aim for. We still want to interface obviously with MAUI and Blazor. That's like the goal, but we want to be agnostic in terms of the platforms.
And that's generally where Essentials always was too, right? Like you can in theory install, I think, still the NuGet package and use it.
You can, except
I know it
top activity fails, so permissions fail on Android. So there's still things that we'll need to identify there. That's why Shiny kind of exists out in the side, and everyone's like, "Oh, why don't you just use MAUI?" Well, because I have to plug in with other stuff. So we'll need to identify what that looks like, how we integrate with it. We're not looking to identify or target user interfaces, as we said. We definitely don't want to overlap with the work of the other toolkits, like the MVVM toolkit, the MAUI community toolkit, etc. They're also working on their own stuff. Our goal shouldn't be overlapping in any way. And I don't think they will, because like hitting stuff like WebAssembly is pretty tough.
Well, and I think like the functionality here is more like the stuff that would have gone in Essentials but didn't. And I don't think Community Toolkit really touches most of that area.
Some of it,
maybe some.
Yeah. So even though we're looking, I guess Jon dubbed the term App Essentials.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard.
We're looking to kind of go beyond them in some, because like audio. So Gerald's package audio goes way beyond it, but again, why we're looking to do this now is Avalonia is increasing the scope of reach for MAUI. Shiny is kind of getting a little bit old. I would love to have some help there. That's not in here, but maybe getting it a bit more public, maybe moving some of the RX stuff out of it, etc., and focusing more on the community efforts. Probably some of the areas we're looking to push out in is like, there's a lot of platform fragmentation. So like Linux with Bluetooth or Linux with just about anything. There's like 10 different ways to do some things.
Yeah.
So we might look, okay, well, this is what we're supporting. If it doesn't work, well, too bad. Each library, depending on the platform, should do the foreground and the background. So that's kind of where we go beyond the essentials. And everything we do, this is Jon's fault. He started a virus with me, is zero reflection, AOT, all the things. Additional work outside of the library, some of the things we did discuss was like, AI skills. John and I have been doing that all week.
Mm-hmm.
Skills everywhere. Claude with Mr. Claude doing all of the skills. A .NET project template, maybe. I don't know if this is even as with AI becoming so apparent, you're just saying, give me this, and it does it.
So
I don't know.
the one thing that we'll maybe talk about a little bit, like this is kind of the route I took. Well, I wouldn't say it's exactly the route, but there was one thing that you have to set up, and I think you do in Shiny too, which is like injecting JavaScript file right into your index. So like I'm just like, just have the skill know how to do that, and it works beautifully when you go like set up my projects. Like, oh yeah, I got to do this for you.
So this might not need to be a thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. We did identify some of this is stuff I've been fighting with forever, is like, what's considered a core service? How far do we go? So this is, excuse me, places where, I guess anytime it comes to storage and serialization, that's where MAUI is going to bow out, because you need this blob storage for when you're writing, like, I don't know, geofence details is one I like to use, right? So there's a lot of information, not a ton, but enough that goes in for a single geofence to exist, that I need to serialize that information, store it to disk, pull it out later. So this is something that we do need eventually. We also need stuff like file system helpers, even though, when we start talking WebAssembly, it's basically everything goes into local storage. Which is basically key value. Permissions don't really apply to things like Linux. Linux is just, you can have the world, right? Do everything. Version tracking, I don't know. That's kind of an essential service that we might want to take beyond, kind of what we generally see with the mobile platforms. I don't know.
Did we not? I actually can't even remember. I thought we had something like that in MAUI, or we decided not to. Maybe. Okay.
No, you have it.
Okay.
The thing is, do we want to bring that? Now, this one's pretty easy because it's really dependent on key value storage, anyways, and app info. So it would be very easy to kind of take app info and apply that to other platforms. The problem is that app info is really based off of the head project, right? Or right, like, so version for your app is really in the last project for MAUI, right? We wouldn't have, this one's been tough because I've been trying to figure this one out, is how we have a central version. Like, what is the central version? Which library? Which is the head project?
Yeah.
So there's stuff we got to think about there. So these two, I don't know. Are they essential? Do they matter to everything? I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. I started the breakout of all of the libraries that we have, although, there it does scroll. Look at that. And so I looked at, all the Shiny stuff. I went through a lot of Gerald's stuff to start looking at it. And based on kind of the conversations we had, so that started to fill out. I looked at some other key services like screen orientation. Turns out that still does matter on web.
Yeah.
Time zone detection, another common one. I do this in all my apps, and I didn't realize how core it is to everything I do. Culture detection is a weird one.
Yeah.
This works on some platforms and not others. So that's something we could look at. Then I regurgitate the platform services as core. And then, John, your idea was, hey, what if we could do camera beyond whatever platforms we're on now? Could we do that on Linux? I don't know about that one, but we could do it on WebAssembly. We could do it on Mac OS, etc. So we could definitely look to expand that one. And then you had also suggested barcode. Right. So AI on board is, if we've got Apple IQ, we've got it on board. Otherwise, we can use the Gemini, whatever their stupid package name is for.
Well, you can use the normal, platform stuff that they have. There's also like the managed zebra crossing implementation that you can just run over an image as well.
We could, and I think we had talked about maybe instead of it just being barcode, maybe an easier way to analyze frames.
Yeah.
And expose that. But it would this would kind of overlap a little bit with MAUI, but we'd have to go outside of MAUI. And actually, it's the community toolkit that does this, right?
I was going to say, like, they have the camera. So one of the thoughts that I have around some of this is maybe where there is overlap, like if we start looking at platform support, like maybe community toolkit is open to, yeah, let's make our camera work on Linux and WASM, for whatever they provide already.
Yeah. Because media picker is really, I mean, it's not going to have any home when we start talking Linux. Even Mac OS, it doesn't really apply there.
Yeah, but I think you'll end up having like the fill-in of, if I want to pick a photo, maybe on Mac it just pops up the file dialog, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not perfect, but if I'm building an app and I want to like do something useful in that area, that's probably what I'm going to do.
So that might be one of those areas where we say, you know what, there's too much variance here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we don't tackle it. Maybe we do. Who knows, right? So right now, point is, we're in the planning stages. This is what we're thinking about doing. Whether it has legs or not, we'll see. But yeah, just waiting for good old John and Gerald to accept their invitation so we can start.
I swear I did. I clicked the button. I thought I did. I swear I saw I've seen this doc.
I could check, but I'm not going to check.
Yeah, you just don't want to.
But you know what? Oh, geez. Oh my God. I'm gonna give up the desktop because John is chomping at the bit to show off something. And I got to admit, man, this is a pretty darn cool thing you've been working on. Well, look at, he couldn't even wait.
I'm just gonna go for it.
Took the desktop, man.
Yeah, like so for years now, right? I've been just, this is an area that has always been a pain. And it's not even like all of the parts of this. It's mostly actually the Apple parts of it. However, as Xamarin turned into MAUI, and as like the tooling, like in Visual Studio, you could still go and manage SDK packages and stuff. It's not super great. It's fine, but it also hasn't received attention in years beyond like minimal updates. And so there's been that idea that I've been pondering forever. Like obviously, if you know about my command line tools, like I have an Android SDK tool, command line tool that helps you do these things like install packages and wraps like SDK manager and all the different stuff instead of trying to like re-implement it completely itself, especially for the SDK package stuff. Gives you a command line thing for it, right?
I got to interrupt you. So first thing, man, maximize the window.
Well, it looks
what are we
kind of dumb if it's full. It just yeah.
Fine.
All
but
right,
okay,
there you go.
But click around, right? Click around. Let's see some of this beauty.
I'm getting there. All right, let's go to the SDK. I'm going to start slow. SDK packages, okay, right? So again, you can do this. You can do this with the command line, but you can do this with Android Studio, and that's kind of what we recommend right now. Is like if you need to do this on Mac, go install Android Studio.
I do have Writer. Yeah, Writer works.
Yeah, sure. Writer works too. But like if you don't have that and you don't want to use it, that's kind of our official recommendation. So, I started kind of putting together like I want to build this app. I want to have this whole interface for everything, and so started with like Android SDK packages because I have the libraries for it. It's pretty easy. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just going to uninstall this in dark mode. Probably is going to look funky in some places. I haven't fixed that up yet. I'm going to uninstall this so that we can see how it's a problem in a minute. So I've got that. I've got your ADB devices. That's kind of
nice.
me. I mean,
can you start and stop them yet?
Yeah, so that's emulators, right? So if you got all your emulators,
right?
Yeah,
I guess I'm the wrong screen.
You can go create an emulator. Even you can even pick, the stuff you have installed, or you can have it go fetch it for you. Actually, I don't know if I tested that yet. I will say there are definitely bugs in this because this is mostly written by AI, and I know.
Let's see advanced options while you're talking about it.
Yeah. Everybody with AI, I feel like there's camps today. There's some that are like, I don't want to touch anything that was written by AI. And there's others that are fine to go all in. I think the reality, I don't want to get into this deeply, but it's somewhere in between. But for this kind of thing, I'm like, I want this tool. I'm going to build it with AI for myself. And I don't care if anyone is like, I don't want to use it because it was written by AI, fine, I'll use it. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm using it. It's great. In fact, I think I was like knocking at John's door. So when he started building this, I was like, "You going to do this?"
Well, I did this in a week, right? And you slowly add things. Like I've got, I can copy the path here. I can go choose a different path, right? I can go open that. Oh, I guess it just goes to it. Sorry, it's not the chooser one. You can in the settings, but that goes and shows you like where it is, right? So it's all these little features. Like I did this not even full time working at it by any stretch because I'm on calls all day and I'm doing other stuff. I'm just kind of poking at this as the day goes on. You can even cold boot it, so that's kind of fun, right?
Didn't you put in the .NET? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool for sure.
Yeah.
Where's the SDK management?
This is the.
Didn't you put the .NET SDK management?
Yeah. So okay, fine. I will go to the part. I will not avoid it any longer. So the other thing that I've been working on for a long time in various forms is how do we help people get their system set up, right?
Just to say, I went here because iOS is the best part. I'm saving the best for last.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah. No, I kind of agree. So MAUI check, if you remember years ago, helped do a lot of this, right? And then we kind of got away from workloads being as problematic to install, and because MAUI check custom installed things because in the early days the tooling just couldn't always do the right thing. So we had MAUI check. We've gone away from that, and we still kind of need something though. And so we've toyed around with different ideas. I spent a bunch of time, like a year ago, kind of prototyping. What if I make MCP servers and I give AI prompts and custom agents and stuff to go help do this for me, right? And the problem with that is always how do you distribute that to people and then also what if you don't have tokens? Do we have to pay for your tokens to do this? Because that's going to be a whole different ballgame of providing a service and SLAs. It's just, we don't want to be in that game either. So along came Copilot SDK. And so right now, anything you see in here that is related with AI is going to be Copilot based because I'm using Copilot SDK.
So you have to authenticate with to get your token.
You do, and you have to have it installed and everything. And so but the nice thing is this doctor, you don't have to use the Copilot part of it if you don't want. So the kind of aha moment I had, why I started building this was, and I think it was Rui on my team that kept being well, this is a deterministic problem mostly, right? And yeah, it is installing stuff if you have it or not. But the problem is sometimes you run into variables that the deterministic process you accounted for can't account for. And at that point, AI is super good at figuring stuff out for you. So if you've got weird SDK locations or versions or a different JDK and we don't see it, or there's all these different things you can run into, right? So AI is good at that. So this is the deterministic approach. So I go and fetch what information do you have installed, all that kind of stuff. We can see the SDKs that you have. Once there's a tool coming, right? .NET Up to help manage the SDK installs.
It's running an old version.
I know. I know. I will fix it. But I wanted to show you the button.
Or fix it now.
No. So this doesn't do it for you in the app yet because .NET Up, the tool, isn't something that we've released yet. It's in previews or whatever.
Oh, okay. So, but that's something that's coming.
That will once that tool exists, I'll use that to do the SDK management. So right now, this will just link you out to the page to go download the installer, which is better than nothing.
What about uninstalling? Because you could technically do that. Oh, you're going to leave that for the tooling as well.
Yeah, the tool will help you do that too. So yeah, I didn't want to touch this too much, knowing that that's coming. Workload stuff.
Were you allowed to tell us?
That .NET Up is coming. Yeah, it's all this is all being done in the public. There's specs and stuff. Yeah, if you go dig it, this is the thing. A lot of stuff that .NET works on. If you really want to go find out, just go spelunking. We do it mostly in the open. So
mostly
we might not talk about it a lot or announce it on a blog, but you can go see it. So workloads, the workload set versions. That one is the latest, by the way. So that would help you install it if you wanted to, if you weren't up to current or whatever. That will actually run the .NET workload command for you.
To tell you what workloads is installed.
Well, you can if you want. You know what I should do is put like open buttons to the paths in here too. That'll be another feature.
Yeah.
So you can see all the manifests, right? Fine. I don't show you all the packs. Like I don't think anyone really cares to see that. And then this is more the interesting part in a sense. This is like the doctor kind of part of it, right? Where it says you've got all these things, but you don't have Android build tools installed because we just uninstalled those. Now, I haven't fixed this bug yet because I kind of like it as an example. So you could go here and say fix. And right now we have a bug at the deterministic approach, which is it's not passing in the full package path to install when it tries to fix this. It's a bug. I will fix it. What I really like here is this highlights the usefulness, and hopefully this doesn't blow up. I haven't tested it in a few days of mixing in AI. So now I have the same, like, I don't freaking know what to do. Like it failed.
Just do it for me.
Do it. And so that pops up. I have a weird dialogue that I need to get rid of. That pops up basically the Copilot session. And then it's like, here's the thing I ran into and what we were trying to do. And it's going to go, fetch the SDK information. It's going and installing the package. Okay, it worked. Great. We fixed the problem, right? And so now it's kind of neat. Like even the chat, and I spent a bit of time, holding Copilot's hand to get this looking nice. But it all kind of shows what you need. So now if I run this again, I should probably do that after anyway.
Hard to tell, but yeah.
Yeah. So now, okay, great. We've got it installed. We're fixed. The other option is you can go full tilt and just, fix with Copilot without even trying the deterministic approach. And it kind of does the same thing. It's like, hey, like fix my environment.
I wonder if it'll go download the SDK for you and everything as well.
It probably could, probably. I'm not going to press this today because I'm feeling like that's going to be demo fail. And like it'll just open up the same window and that's fine. But I think the interesting thing here is that we're able to kind of blend the two worlds, and that to me is kind of an exciting way to do it. So
it's pretty awesome.
The way that this works also, and like why this finally made sense, the Copilot SDK, the cool thing is, so previously when I experimented with AI, it was, okay, I need my MCP servers for like the Android SDK management stuff, or to like give it information on how to use whatever SDK manager stuff is in the box in Android, right? You can kind of debate which one is better. I like using my library because I control it, and so I know what it's going to do. I have some helper methods and stuff. So, and same for Apple, I have my Apple library. So with the Copilot SDK here, I get to basically ship like a contained app that has the function calls that I want it to have in its context, the system prompt that I want it to have. So there's even some safety stuff in here that's like, if you're going to try and help fix something and it's going to cause a destructive action, you actually have to prompt the user before you go ahead with whatever that command you want to run is, right? So I do some of that kind of thing. And so I can mix in all the different tool calling that I want right in the app. I can put skills in the app for it to consume. And it's kind of this nice distribution package of the Copilot that you see in this app is very much tailored to the Android and Apple development and MAUI development, kind of genre of helping, I guess.
And while you do say MAUI, I will say once we get outside of this, it's really this tool is really awesome because the iOS stuff is coming in, and this is the stuff that
you don't have to be MAUI. This really works with not MAUI.
All mobile development.
So before I go into there, I'm going to show you. So in the settings, right? Like I've got some identities and stuff set up. My Apple identity. I have in some cloud secure storage set up. You can add your own providers if you want to use Key Vault and stuff, and we'll get into like what that does exactly. I also have my CI secret publishers, and then I have some export and import settings. So I didn't see this. I knew you were doing this, but I didn't think about it. So
Does this import provisioning profiles and stuff for me too? Like it'll
Oh yeah.
basically.
So yeah, let's get into all this, right? So
Not yet. I knew you were talking.
for Apple, because I have my identity set up here, right? Not just one, but I could have multiple and switch around between them. I've got all of my bundle identifiers that I've created in the portal. I can make a new one, right? I can choose the platform and stuff. Like that's fine. You can actually go afterwards and load and change capabilities even now.
Oh my goodness, man.
That's a new addition.
You went nuts.
It's like, this is the thing. It wasn't hard to do all of this. I just had to like have Copilot plan out the work and have it kind of steered in the right direction.
It's even got the CarPlay stuff for the capabilities I saw.
Yeah, so there's that you can do, and then your devices. So all of your different registered devices that you have with your account that you want to test with and put in provisioning profiles and stuff. You can do that. Certificates. You can do all your certificates.
Okay, now you gotta stop and show this because this
Yeah.
is. Or are you going to go through all of it
So,
and then come back?
No. Like, let's go. So this is the when I had the secure cloud storage providers, right? So I set up. I self-host my own like thing called Invisible, which is like a Key Vault, but like you can self-host it or whatever. But it like you saw, it works with Key Vault. It works with Amazon. It works with the others. Although, to be fair, bugs probably. I haven't actually tested those yet. That's on the to-do list. So like if you later go try this out and stuff is broken, please submit an issue because I will gladly have Copilot go fix it for you.
We will absolutely be putting the link on this
at
the bottom of the episode.
Yeah.
Although John, I think you can tell us about the release after. You're going to do a release, right? Release this to the wild.
Yeah, it's already out there.
But on the stores, right?
I mean, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, probably should. It'd be nice.
Peer pressure.
So the cool thing then is like you can synchronize. Then this is what I always wanted. This is what the other motivation was of this app is like, I want to have my certificates just somewhere central, secure, that when I move to another Mac, I can just synchronize them down. And when I create a new certificate or whatever, I send it back up to that storage. And I know like Fastlane helps you do this. There's things that help do this. I understand that. They don't ever work with the provider necessarily that I want it to. Or just, I don't want to have like Ruby in my repos for Fastlane stuff and figure out the commands. I guess AI can do that for me now anyway.
To be fair, John's been obsessing about this particular problem I have heard about for months. And I was like, dude, just put the P12, get the P12, stick it in OneDrive or something. That's what I do.
I know.
And it's fine. It's fine. But with this whole thing that you've put together, now it's epic because
now it ties it all together
right here. I can request it from Apple. I can set it with Apple and then I can back it up like in one spot. Like that's dude.
So now I'm going to just show you now I deleted it from my local keychain, right?
Okay.
It's still in. I didn't revoke it. That hasn't revoked anything yet. I could revoke it. I'm not going to do that. That has it now just in my secure provider that I set up, and it's not locally on my machine. And of course, like
that's the public and private key.
Yes, and that I was just going to say, like that's always the challenge, right? You can go create these things easily, or like even let Xcode do it, but you don't have a chance at getting the private key back unless you export it from the thing you created it on.
Yes,
so like provisioning profiles, you can go re-download from Apple. That's fine. The certificates you can't, and so the idea now is, when I go, create a certificate, I can do that here too. But and it's kind of annoying because you can only create so many before Apple's like you can't have any more, right? I can give it a passphrase because sometimes like CI or systems like need it to have a passphrase. I'm already putting it in a secure storage, so I wouldn't necessarily always need to do that, I guess. But now I can, if I create it, it'll go up. I have the option to go sync it up. But now if it's there and I'm on a new machine, like let's say I am here, I can just go, okay, install it locally, bring it down for me from my secure storage. And now I have it. Now I can go develop with it. Right?
Sweet.
And so you see a few here that I created that were not created on this machine. And so I don't have the private key on this machine. So I can't do anything with this. All I know is that this certificate exists.
So does that mean you can pull this down, or is this one isn't even in the cloud? It doesn't exist anymore.
No, because I made this on another machine. So like I'm asking the Apple API here to tell me the certificates that are on my account. So I know about this one, but I don't have the private key for it on this machine, and I never synced it to the cloud yet.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And there's another, I think there's another thing that's coming that'll fix the platform in the cases that, because it shows it on this one. I think I have a bug fix pending for the others, but yeah, this is like the thing I wanted the most. I wanted these certificates.
Man, this is epic, right? Because right now, what you got to do between you know, if you follow the process, you got to go to Keychain, create the whole provider stuff, which is that sucks. Then you got to go to the Apple portal. You got to upload it there, go through all the crap, take the certificate, put it somewhere. Now back up the P12.
Yeah.
Put that somewhere. Right. Like it's not that it's hard. It's very redundant, repetitive, and it's annoying when it happens.
Yeah.
Now, there was one other thing I did ask you about. I don't see it, but I'm going to bug you anyways. So frequently, because I just reformatted my Mac recently.
Yep.
So one of the things is for some reason, if you download Xcode, and I know this happens to a lot of people, and then it's like, can't figure out how to sign in the keychain tool chain or something, right? So basically it's the Apple development certificates. Right. So I was bugging John about that. See, I knew because I bugged him about this. And I was like, and you got to go find the specific ones, right? It's basically these three that you have to have. And people will go just get the latest one, like G6, which is, expires in 2036. Yep. And that's not the right one. You need those three right there.
So I don't even fully understand, and I haven't sat down to figure it out. Like, these are the ones I have. I don't know why the ones I'm missing, and I don't seem to need them. Maybe I haven't tried to publish from here. I don't know, but you can install them all. Just it goes and gets them. And it even like I had to kind of teach it the AI to code this properly, because like the naming of them isn't the same, or like to compare the ones that I download from the website, I had to like when I download them, I have to like do another command on each of them to get the serial or whatever. The ID, the identifier I can compare them with, I guess, to the ones that are installed in Keychain.
But this is one of those things for, I know about it, and at least the error, I'm like, I've seen this before, right? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, now I got to go search where to find these damn things. And
Gerald has a blog post on this, is how I usually end up solving it. I'm like, I remember he has one, and then I search it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's where the links are, and that's what I need to do. So
I mean, this seemed like a pretty easy thing that Doctor could do as well. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome, because I literally that morning when I was like, I pretty much nagged you.
Yeah.
I was like, I just hit this. You should put that in the app. And
you
were like, this was okay. And then you went, next thing I know is that Copilot's made a spec.
It wasn't hard to do. The hardest part was like getting it kind of like Copilot to be like, oh, actually we want to like cache some of this, and we want to, not redo everything every time kind of thing, right? Which I used Mediator for, right?
Oh yeah, there.
I actually used Mediator for all this stuff. So if I go to like bundle IDs, I have offline Mediator support, so that even if I'm going to go fetch these again, you see the nice list, right?
He's talking about Shiny Mediator, by the way.
Yeah, this one I do, but I think the cache is pretty triggered pretty quickly. Yeah. So that's those. And then my maybe favorite part of this, besides the certificates, is this page, right? So here's all the provisioning profile stuff, and you can go create one. And I love, like, I had it make this dialogue. It decided to do this like, multi-step flow. I'm just like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I would never make something this nice. Like it looks great. And so you can go step through, right? I could do, dark mode again. You can step through. I can search my bundle IDs. Probably more of those fields should be searchable. It's just like I only made the ones that I have a lot of values in searchable because they bugged me. Maybe somebody has other ones. So I select my, that. I can select the certificates that I want to include for that profile. I can select the devices I want.
Does it do the other things for production mode? So you were going to create a production. Is it smart enough to go, hey, yeah, you don't need this?
Yeah. So we'll go back in a second. I'm not going to actually make one of these right now, but you can kind of see the end result, what it would be.
Now,
right?
let me ask you, do I need to pull the certificates down for them to be usable? Or like, does it go, these are the ones you have, or will it be smart enough to say you don't have the one you just picked?
Well, no, it'll show them to you because it'll fetch them, and I think this routes through Mediator too. It'll just it just needs to know the list that Apple knows about, right? Because when it goes to call App Store Connect to create this profile, it doesn't need the private key to do that.
Right.
It just has to say, Apple, here's the ones I want.
So that's the next phase. Could you say, hey, you've got these provisioning profiles, but you do not have
I see what you're saying.
keys for it, right?
Yeah, totally. That'd be cool.
That's me shit disturbing, right? It's because that's hard. Apple doesn't even do that, right? Like when you download Xcode, it's like, here's your provisioning profiles, but it doesn't care if you have the certificate or not.
Right. So you see here how I didn't have to suggest. I've never seen this part. I don't think I've tried this flow with like an App Store one. Well, it's just saying, it's like if whatever, if I had like a weird name in here, right? Well, just use the suggested name for. So yeah, you can go create the profiles that way.
Okay. And it's smart enough the wizard goes, yeah, you don't need these other things.
Yeah. Were you not paying attention? Look, the App Store.
I did. No, I did. That's what I said.
Okay.
But I asked the question first. I was like, it's smart enough. The wizard's smart enough to go, you only need 3 steps for this.
And then I can download each of them if I want. I can have it just install it where it needs to for me. Because why not? And then you could just say install all of them.
Okay. So before there's 2 questions I'm going to have because I can see it coming. One is, do you have a backup all? Now for this, I don't care. Actually, you know what? For provisioning profiles, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can get those from the API.
What about the certificates? Is there a backup all?
Yeah, upload all to cloud.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
And it's disabled because there's no ones that it could upload. And even if I mouse over this, I think at one point it showed a tooltip that's like, no private key available. Cannot sign it with the certificate.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
All right. So back to this.
Listing. Yeah. Because that's what
this probably should move. It's in a weird spot, right?
This ideally would be with everything, right?
Yeah.
Like put it beside each.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is I tested this out, or I developed this by trying to use it for this app.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do that flow because I know that one shouldn't have problems, hopefully.
John dog-fooded it only with his knee.
Yeah. Basically, that's the problem with a lot of this stuff for testing is like, I don't want to do the destructive or like creation operations to test it always, right? So yeah, there'll be bugs, but all right. So Mac Catalyst, again, dark mode colors need fixing. I'm going to show you in a bit how we're going to fix that. Direct distribution is what I was choosing because I want to just have the .app. Notice how it changed the steps based on what we're doing as well. I could create a PKG. I just want the app. I don't care. And then again, I even added this because I was sick of typing in the search. I should do it in the other spot too, where it remembers your recently used ones and floats them to the top of the list.
Okay.
Certificate, fine. Provisioning profile, fine. I haven't done this yet. Funny story. When I had it build this whole flow.
This is for this is to upload to App Store Connect, right?
No, it's to get it. So like right now, so if you go download this today, you will have your Mac will probably set the quarantine flag on my .app because I haven't notarized it. It's signed, it's provisioned, but
it's a Mac Catalyst thing. I gotcha. Yep.
Yeah. So I can add this information so that in my build, I can go in the pipeline and actually have it notarized so that it doesn't do that. I can add a certificate password if I want to for going to CI, because if my CI step wants to read that certificate, and I feel like the one action didn't work if you didn't set a password on it or something.
I think it's required. I think a lot of the build steps are required.
I'm not going to go through with actually publishing this at the moment because I have it all set up right now. So I'm not going to put something in there.
Okay.
But you choose all your things, right? And then it goes and thinks a little bit. And there's a few things here. One, I didn't want to figure out the .NET command for my workflow. So I was like, that might be kind of cool if you had this in here. I don't know if I like this or not, but whatever.
No, honestly, I think it's useful because otherwise you got to go ask AI to do it anyways. Right?
Yeah.
You forget or you got to go find the docs.
Yeah. So I had like, and then I'm like, give me the GitHub action too, because whatever. It probably could do better because I don't think it doesn't use like the actions that are out there that are kind of nice to wrap it. So should fix that. But anyway,
Okay.
there's those two things. You've got the actual information here, right? You could copy them. You could download a .env file with them if you want to use that. I started with like the copying stuff because I'm like, well, at least then I can just go copy and paste. And I'm like, well, why am I doing this? I just want to send it to GitHub for me. Like, why?
Yeah, this is awesome too, because normally you got to go through this hassle of base64ing your provisioning profile and your certificate. So then you got to download it. Okay, so let's see this.
Yeah, so this goes like you can set up multiple providers, and I have GitHub, I have Git, I have GitLabs. There's one more, I forget which one. I don't know. Oh, Asdo, of course. And so I can choose my GitHub actions, my GitHub profile one that I set up. This caching has a bug, I think, because it's going to load all the repositories again. So we'll wait a minute, but because I have a lot of repositories, it takes a bit. But basically, you'll go select your repo here as soon as it comes up.
So it's at a repo. So this is going to deploy those secrets to a repo level, not so if you wanted at them an org level.
Good question. I should probably add the option just to choose the org level instead.
I mean, I think it's rare. I find that I'm able to get it. Certificates is obviously one you can get away with at an org level.
I was going to say, I'm hoping it doesn't actually publish now. And I think if I went next after this, it would publish, and I don't want to do that.
Yep.
But you can choose if I don't want everything, it's fine. I can just choose the ones I want. And then it would just start going like, published all your secrets. You're welcome.
Wow.
And it works, right?
Dude, it's next level.
That's pretty sweet.
That's next level.
And then, okay, so there's one more kind of cool aspect to this. I know we're probably getting close to.
Yeah,
not too bad.
You got about 10 minutes.
So the whole Copilot idea, you can see from before what we had there. But I can say like, where's my Android SDK located? And then it's going to go like, this was kind of, nice to highlight. Like I said, it knows the kind of right tools that it already has bundled. And then I can say, okay, what Android emulators do I have? So like it's the idea that you could do a lot of these same operations, or really any of the same operations, through a more conversational mode. And so it's like, oh, you've got none of these running. You want me to start one? Well, actually, install one for API 36 and start it.
The funny part is I was just talking to John before because he had written a prompt and it said, and basically you write your prompts exactly how you talk. So John likes to burn his tokens by saying stuff like ultimately.
Like actually. Now I got to pull this up, but it downloaded the API level, or if I think I might already had it downloaded, but it created another emulator for me, started it, it's running, right?
Crazy.
And so that's all just through that, and then it should show up here. If there you go. Well, it should show running. Well, it's probably not started yet.
Booting?
It's probably still booting. Yeah. I could have probably even said like, wait for it to boot before you tell me.
Well, let's see. It's probably going to need to refresh. Nope.
Yeah.
MAUI Sherpa wants some.
Refreshing. Oh, no, it's not showing. Not showing.
All
right. Well, there's a bug. There's a bug. Should show up here. Oh, I can stop it from here. I didn't know that. That's cool. Let's stop it.
Let's see if it stops.
Yep.
It did.
Oh yeah.
Well, look at that. I mean, you could have just minimized it. We never know the difference. But
well, I refreshed it. I could have. I could have. Okay. You're right.
Beautiful. No, it's beautiful.
So this is Oh yeah, I was gonna show you something else yet with this. Okay. So like now that we have.
No, yeah, I knew this was coming.
Now that we have dark mode issues, right? Let's go. Okay, so I guess I have to give you a little bit more.
Yeah, you have to give some context here.
All right. So I when I was developing this, I really wanted a workflow, or was trying to find a workflow that I could basically have this thing orchestrate itself, right? Like have you I don't know. You've probably done ASP.NET stuff and used like Playwright MCP or whatever, and had AI do its own iterating for you. Like it could go inspect and like navigate through the page and stuff.
I basically would have it generate and then run, and then generate and then run.
Right, but did you never have it like where it would run but you'd be like, but you got to go test this page out and click this thing and do this and that to repro the thing you're debugging?
No, I didn't have to go that far. UI
So
test, I don't know. I'm a bit few and far between as to whether they pay dividends.
No, not a UI test. This is the dev loop. This is there's a bug. I want you to go figure out how to fix it, debug it. I want you to do
yeah.
Control the app, right? So that's what I was trying to land at. And I started with basically where I would tell it like, okay, go write debug logs out to a path that you know exists, and then you can go read them. And remember, whenever you need to debug something, you can go add whatever logger calls you need to add so that you can later see them in the output to get an idea of what's going on. You can ask me to be the person controlling the app. So if you need to get, repro a certain set of steps, ask me to do it and then wait for me to tell you it's done. And then you can go read the logs and figure out what you want to do next, which worked really well. But I'm in the loop at that point still. And sometimes it didn't work perfectly when it came to UI stuff, because I'd be like, well, this thing's a bit off and it's overlapping this. And it would just try and read its code to understand the problem. It couldn't really see the problem. And so I started taking screenshots and saying, okay, you can paste screenshots into Copilot now, in Copilot CLI. And that helped. But I got tired of doing that, where I just said like, why don't you take the screenshot? I don't want to take the screenshot. You can go take it. Like there's command line tools that you can use. And so it would start doing that. That was a pretty good workflow. Like admittedly, it worked pretty well. But I'm still in the loop for like controlling stuff, right? So I had to be the one to navigate around. And so knowing that like the browser world has this superpower and I don't, was really the thing that frustrated me. I'm just going to try and open up so I started down the path of there's two parts. One, I'm doing this as a Blazor app, right? Blazor hybrid. So in order to inspect the contents of this, they're all in a web view inside a MAUI app. And so I can't just use Chrome. I can go into like Safari. You can go into the like the helper thing, right? You can go into like this silly thing if you set up your Blazor app properly. And then I can inspect elements and stuff that way. So my first step was to try and figure out, well, can I connect AI to like this remote web view debugging in Safari? And like short answer is not very easily. Really. Yeah. Safari doesn't use the same protocol as Chrome does, and like everybody uses Chrome. Playwright knows how to do the Safari thing, but not for remote sessions. Selenium, kind of the same problem. So I finally stumbled upon this thing called Chobitsu or something. I don't know. It's a JavaScript framework that is supposed to try and emulate most of the Chrome developer protocol. And so you basically load it as a JavaScript library into your whatever web view, and then it kind of exposes the right functionality to act sort of like that. So I tried that out. I could get like the Playwright MCP server to connect to it, but there was a lot of problems in terms of Playwright expects like a certain sequence of I send this command, I get this back, I do this, and like it wasn't just a couple things. I iterated on it for a while, and it was just like, I don't really know how to figure out the sequence of commands that are expected. This just isn't really working. And so I said, okay, let's just make our own like wrapper to call the commands that we know work, because we understand the JavaScript we're loading. And so I eventually landed on creating this MAUI dev flow thing. And so the idea here for Blazor was you can add your Blazor. This is like the Safari stuff. I actually don't know if I need that with mine or not yet. I forget. I think I don't use anything from it. And then you can also do this add MAUI Blazor dev flow tools. And so this basically just sets up an HTTP server listening on a port. And it will inject the JavaScript that we need into your Blazor hybrid web views so that when our tool calls into this service that's running in your app, it knows how to communicate with the web view back and forth to run the different calls that it wants to run. And so at this point, then you end up with this command line tool. We'll talk about the MAUI stuff in a minute. That can do all these CDP commands. And so it can do stuff like give me from the the DOM, give me this query selector, return that information, input, click events, insert text, all that kind of stuff. Capture a screenshot. That one's important. And so now we have like this command line tool that AI can call these commands and start to interact with a Blazor web view, a Blazor MAUI hybrid app, right? And so now I can start to do things like, let's just try. Since this Copilot session knows about my project too, I can be pretty like vague in my language. I can kind of say like, check the various steps in the, and again, typing how I talk, in the CI secrets wizard dialog. We are in dark mode. Look for colors that need fixing. Ugh.
It would have
do not complete the final step. And I think this is all set up. So anyway, now it's going to go reason about my code base, right? It knows about it, right? And it knows that it should know the app is running. It's going to start running commands with this command line tool. It's going to look, I guess, for it. We'll see. Let's see. It was doing well at this before, so I'm hoping.
Famous last
It's probably, let's see if it knows how. It's going to look how to open it.
So this is actually interacting with your live app because you've got the dev flow on.
So yeah, so now you can see like the MAUI dev flow CDP call happening here, right?
Yeah,
and so that's reaching into the thing. And now it's taking a screenshot. And so as we're kind of letting it do this, you can see some of this now where it's doing this MAUI command. Well, now that I had the web stuff working,
although it says it looks good.
Well, it's reasoning still. So let's see.
Okay.
I'm hoping that the cardboard colors. Yeah, it might not. I might have to give it more guidance. It might not really.
The colors are hard to read. Fix it.
Yeah. That might be the next step that I have to do. I was hoping it would infer that, but okay, whatever. But you can see it navigated to the next step on its own too, right? Oh, I can see a color issue. Hey.
Oh, it figured it out.
Yeah. Let's see if it sees those ones, right? So it's navigating. And so now the next step that I had kind of decided was, okay, I can do this for the web view stuff. This makes the whole dev loop process. It can do its own thing now. It can like make the changes. It can compile the app. It can run the app again, connect up again, navigate to the dialog that it fixed, and then validate that it fixed it. Major issue there.
Will it know how to, like, if you had to have it log in or something? Does it know? Is it smart enough to go and log in?
Yeah. So the way I would do that is probably keep like a file that doesn't get checked in or something, and be like, go read this environment file for the login details when you need to. Yeah. So yeah, this is starting to.
This is Jon making the whoever he pays. Well, technically you're using free credits, but the dollars are racking up. Ching, ching, ching.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what it's doing. This is very much MAUI world, so I'm happy to use some Copilot to help bring this to people. So yeah, it's going to fixing stuff so that, like I was saying, the web stuff's covered. And then years ago, I did this like spike on how to kind of do more like MAUI integrated UI testing agent stuff. And so like the general idea is, for web, you get like the document object model. With like Appium, you can get like the native view tree, right? Even with like ADB, there's like commands you can export like the native view tree on Android and stuff. Well, I want the MAUI view tree because I want my AI that's building a MAUI app and reasoning about like how my UI is set up in XAML in terms of grids and layouts and controls. I want it to understand how that appears in the running app. And so years ago, I made like an agent that sits in the MAUI app that knows how to get the visual diagnostics tree and can send it back over, right? So I've basically just recreated that as an alternative to the web part of things, right? So same idea here. These MAUI commands, I can just display the whole visual tree, which gives you like the app window page, everything down. You can query to find elements like by accessibility ID or whatever.
Dude, hang on, it's figuring out your colors. You should almost.
Whoa, yeah.
Well,
I don't know if it did it yet or not.
Well, it's kind of got this weird background thing going on now. Your background color, the fonts.
Yeah, I think that might have been how it was before.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
You can just see it moving around, so it's kind of interesting to see. Like,
yeah,
you're not doing anything. You haven't basically, other than the command you gave it, is just kind of having its way with you right now.
Yep. Yeah. So I basically did the same thing for the web and MAUI commands and stuff, so it can interact with the MAUI native app as well. It's kind of interesting now because there's a mix of it knows how to do things with like sim control and stuff, and I actually made a skill for this where I basically have it understand, here's MAUI, and this is the goal. The goal is for like AI debugging. This is not really meant to try and do UI testing or anything, because of course the fact that we have code running in your app, even while like just debugging, kind of changes your app, right? You're changing the state. It's like by looking in the box, it's the whole thing. So I don't intend this to be a UI testing thing. I mean, I suppose you could probably use it in some capacity for that, but I know people get weird about like, well, I don't want to test something that has extra bits in it and say that I'm happy with it. Again, inspecting the state changes the state kind of theory. So the idea is that, it's fine to run this agent thing in here because it's really just meant for AI to do its own dev loop. And so I've got a skill that kind of teaches it how to install the packages, right? Like I said, like you have to add this JavaScript file to your project. And so when you just ask AI, if you have this skill, like go hook me up, set this all up, it's going to do that for you.
Yep.
Catalyst, I didn't even suggest this. It's like, oh yeah, you need this entitlement so that we can open the port.
And it can go do that for you too.
And Android needs to do the ADB port forwarding stuff, and it figures that out as well. The CLI does, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know why it's in the skill. It might not need to be.
This would be good for some job testing.
Yeah. So
ADB.
So now you've got like all this information for how to use, and then how to use the CLI tool itself, right? So we've got the dev flow commands, and it kind of tells you how to reason about it and deal with it. Oh, there we go. It changed something, so it killed the process, and it's going to rebuild it. And probably after this comes back up, we're at a okay spot to call it a day.
In other words, John needs a drink.
That and like, I mean, Copilot's working hard right now. Like we probably should just let it do its thing. Why are we?
Here we go.
Why are we bothering it? Well, I gotta hit allow. I have to fix that one still. That one's gonna be a problem. The permissions, like the file system allow box. There's probably a way to do it.
It's going.
It's going. It's not in dark mode right now. I'm curious to see if it'll understand, if it'll know that.
Is that because you've had the app running and it was in the system default and now it's switched back over?
Yeah.
So now it's going to be confused.
It could really go off the rails here and be like, these are all wrong for dark mode, right? And like just change it all. Yeah. And that's where, like, if I was doing, if I get to that point where it does that, I would probably go in here and say, like, remember to try and have it create a memory.
Just as a light. Hang on, has it figured it out?
No, the entire wizard model. Yeah, no. So it does think it's
about to go AWOL on you.
But look at that. It's like, wait, okay, waiting for you. All right.
You know, these are some of the things that you'd wish AI would just figure out sometimes, and you're like, dude, but that's not bad. And you were like, oh yeah. And then it reasoned it, got it. Oh, okay. I got to do this. Okay. No problem. I'll figure that out. Let me go.
Yeah. So now I course corrected, but like I was saying, I would add a memory and say like, hey, remember if you're testing light mode or dark mode or something like that, make sure the setting is correct first.
Yeah.
And then it should in the future do that. But it's going and it switches itself.
Okay. Now let's see if it figures it out. Let's give it a second here. And while that's figuring it out, where are you going to release this on the stores? You're going to just have a packed version that we can get?
For now, I want a packed version, and it's already there. So if you go,
and we'll put the link on obviously after the show.
Unless I'm going to pull requests there. But if you go here and you look at builds, I think this has maybe I have to go to the summary. Should be I need to have it update the status.
I'm gonna have it push a release for you.
Yeah,
you just put it in the releases, John.
So here's the artifact. Like I said, if you download it right now, I don't notarize it yet, so you will have to remove the quarantine flag. It's really good at removing the quarantine flag? Copilot. So look, our colors got fixed.
Well, look at that.
Still some off. Maybe it'll figure that one out yet.
So don't worry. John will be publishing this because I'm going to be bugging him constantly for it. I mean, right now I'm building it. You can also go just pull the source code and build it. And it works fine without issue. But, come on.
And if you find bugs,
be our co-pilot.
Yeah. Do file the bugs, please, because I can pretty easily have Copilot go repro them and then you fix them for me.
I love how he was about to say I can easily fix them. He's like, I can easily have Copilot go and fix them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, dude, this is epic.
Like, and I didn't show you the native version, but it does work as well. Like for native MAUI apps, like I actually used. So the fun thing is I built the MAUI DevFlow stuff by having it build a MAUI app, testing its own tools, improving its own tools and correcting its own tools, testing the MAUI app again until it could actually build a MAUI to-do list app successfully on its own. And so it just went back and forth like, this call to DevFlow doesn't do anything. It doesn't make the screenshot work. I need to fix that. Okay, I fixed it. Now I can get a screenshot. Let's move on and do this, right? So it's great.
It's done. This thing just figured it all out. Task complete, man.
I mean, it probably needs to look at other dialogues. I bet you I could even be like,
go look at everything. Go check out others.
In all the pages of the app. It'll go do it. That's fine.
How much money you got? Go to spend it all right now.
Yeah, I have no idea what the
this is definitely something you got to get signed and put on like Brew. You have to. You have to get
the Sherpa app. Yeah.
This, I mean, you couldn't call it MAUI Sherpa, obviously, but again, for all
I would even consider doing like multiple versions if that was what it came to, because maybe people don't want to see the .NET command in here.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they're still going to need some help, but yeah, like you still need .NET to run this thing. So I guess technically you can release it. No, I guess you don't need it. Come to think of it. Whatever. Release it as is. It's beautiful.
We'll get it out. Yeah. I'm going to let it iterate on the colors and stuff a little bit first. And there might be a few little minor areas, but it'll keep building at the very least. And then once I've gotten a few more bugs fixed, we'll put it somewhere.
I can foresee it within the next few weeks, John.
Oh yeah, easily. I mean, like I said, it's easy at this point now. Like legitimately, all I need to mostly do is just tell it what to go do, right? So as bug reports come in, even from my CLI here, I will probably just be like, go pick all the bugs that I have labeled whatever label, which means I'm sure that they're not nefarious or anything. I understand them. I'm comfortable with this thing trying to fetch them. Go find them all and fix them, right? And it'll just work through it and create PRs and go for it.
It's insane. It's insane that these two tools are insanely beautiful.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Like, and this is why at the start I'm like, I've had I need to take a breath next week and like not, speed run this kind of stuff in
You gotta
between
release it
calls.
first, though. No taking a breath until you release
Oh
it.
yeah, no. Once that happens, I
Once
just
it's released,
mean
then
generally like it's been insanely fun, but I've also been like, my mind hasn't stopped. So now it needs a rest after.
I will be nagging you until this is released. You've been warned. I warned you this week
Yeah.
anyways. So now
Well,
you've been
and
definitely warned publicly.
other features we could probably figure out too. There's other things. I want to put like Android Key Store and like the PEP key K thing you need for Google. I want to put
Yep.
those so that they sync to the cloud as well. That kind
That
of
one's
stuff.
pretty minor though, right? Because you
Oh,
can
yeah,
basically sign
for
that
sure.
with anything. But yeah,
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Beautiful.
Oh, and I mean, disclaimer, I don't know if it works on Windows or not right now. Like I haven't, it should, it will. I haven't tried it because I haven't tried it. Well, but the fun thing is all the Apple stuff will work there when, any like minor bugs are fixed, even the certificate creation.
But it won't store them anywhere.
Sure. It'll store it. Well, yeah.
Well, I guess it can. I don't know what the hell it's going to do, but sure.
Yeah. I could put them in like the certificate manager or whatever on Windows, I guess.
Why?
I don't know. Just to put them there. Why not?
All right, man. This is awesome. I can't wait to use it. Like the other tool too. You sold me on this. He was showing off another app earlier that I was like,
yeah, that one's not mine, so I can't reveal it or not. But
no, fair enough. And as it is, I sit on the couch with my laptop anyway, so I don't mind.
Well, that's why I without revealing too much, that's why I want it, so I don't need to have my laptop with me.
But you'll have your laptop with you anyways. I know.
I'll be on the phone and I'll just talk into it.
No, you should. Anyhow.
And have it send me screenshots of the progress it makes.
John's just going to be the tyrant in charge of all the robots.
Yeah, that's how it feels anymore. Like all you do is like orchestrate robots.
I mean, this is the thing a lot of people are freaking out about.
Yeah.
This is still a lot of work to get this.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And like, to be fair, a lot of these pieces, like even the automation, like the MAUI dev flow, I mentioned I pulled work that I did years ago, right? Like same with the Sherpa stuff. It's a culmination of years of kind of me building foundational pieces up that now, because they're there, I could just be like, smush them all together.
Yeah.
And make this.
It's
right?
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, AI doesn't need to go figure those out. It's just like, you're going to use that. You're going to use these calls. I know how they work. Shut up. Just do it. And so you become an architect. I still find that I do occasional bug fixes and little things to direct it and get it going. And then instead of prompting it, I'm like, use that as an example, go.
Yeah.
So, this is awesome. And there's still a lot of work. There's still room, but we're changing. We're evolving. Yeah, you can't avoid AI other than it's going to cost us a fortune. It's only going to get more expensive.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, I think there's the camps of like, well, AI is terrible. It's like, clearly, if you can figure out how to harness it, it is not terrible. Like,
no,
you can't tell me this is terrible.
No,
right?
Who cares about bugs? Because you can't tell me you've ever. John calls me a liar. I have released an app that doesn't have it, that doesn't crash at all. Whatever. But you can't tell me you've never released an app without bugs.
Right.
Maybe without crashes. It is possible, John, even with a MAUI app.
Yeah. Few.
It's possible. So, that's just part of life. And then you iterate on it and you fix it. You tell your army of robots to go fix it. So it's exciting times.
And I also don't want to be like, I haven't looked at the code at all. Like I haven't looked. So before this goes to a store or something, I will do a more thorough review. I've done some review of it. There are parts that I have redirected it on and cleaned up already. There's parts that I know I want to clean up and redirect. Overall, though, it's pretty decent. The code that it built. I'm not super unhappy with it, and I understand enough what's going on, and I will do the more thorough review before I fully publish it, and like I'm happy with it.
I want my toy now, John. I want this.
All right. Well,
release.
If only I could speed up the Copilot.
And that's the funny part too. This is still going to run for a little while. Like, go get a drink. Sit down. Yeah. This is like the days when we build a Java app or a C++ app. You were like, it's coffee time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's that variation of that comic, right?
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Well, this was beautiful. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, everyone. See you all next time. Maybe I don't know if we can come up with new apps every week, but hopefully we'll have some more fun next week.
If I've been bugging John, he'll bug me for something this next week anyway.
That's right.
So we'll see what I do.
All right, Al. Thanks. See you next time.
Ciao for now.